Hey YouTube, Dawson Rider here with a review of the WAP Series 08 Kamen Rider Beast. He also comes with an awesome Chimera, if you can't see. So this is a bit of a different WAP than usual. You get kind of a bigger box, as you can see. We'll go ahead and just take a quick look at that. Like I said, obviously a bigger box are usually about like this big and just contain the figure, but this one's about almost 3 box sizes because you get all of his mantles and pieces for the Chimera. As you can see over here, you got a picture of Beast with the riding the Chimera. You get some sort of Beast-like designs down here with the symbol and whatnot. On the top, there's just a little picture of Beast, if you can see it up there. On the side here, it just shows a picture of him with a dice saber. It says Saber Strike. Other side, it just shows him kick strike and doing a kicking motion. And on the back, it shows all the stuff you get with him, all the mantles. Falco, Chameleon, Buffa, Dolphy. It shows you can remove his little shoulder pads, and then it transforms into a Chimera, and then the rest of the WAP series up to the point of this release. So, pretty cool. Pretty cool packaging, I guess. So anyway, let's go ahead and see what you get quick. So obviously you get the Beast figure here. And then you get his dice saber, which is in his hand, which these are really always kind of painted blandly, but what is really nice is they actually included a few different colors in here. You got primarily black, but then you actually do have some gold plastic here for like the mouth type area of this, and then some silver plastic for the tip. So it's actually kind of nice that they included a little bit of detail on this. So it's one of the nicer weapons in this class of figure. And then of course you do get the 4 mantles. Here's Falco. They're pretty nicely painted. They actually have kind of a nice shiny quality to the paint here if you can't see. And they all look fairly nice. Here's Dolphy. A nice purple, and it's kind of got a shine to it, as you can see. Buffa. His paint isn't quite as shiny, but I mean, these mantles are fairly simple, so they got the details on them pretty nicely. Chameleon here. It's a nice kind of shiny green, gold tongue and whatnot. And then here you have like the lion before you put the Chimera pieces on him. When you get him out of the box, he's just this solid body piece, and then these 4 arms. I mean, I decided to just assemble it. The legs, the front legs go on here with the sort of notches up here, and the back legs are the smaller ones. So I just didn't bother showing how to assemble that. You'll kind of get it, obviously. The lion head's pretty decently painted, primarily gold. You got the black and green, but it does the job. I mean, obviously the rest of this is pretty bland, but we will show that in a minute. But so that is what you get. As for the figure himself, the Beast figure is not that bad at all, really. I'm just going to move the camera down a little bit, excuse me, just because I want to get a little bit of an angle. There we go. Come on. Okay. So, yeah, Beast's color design is very basic inherently, so it kind of makes it very easy to make a simpler figure of him. Obviously, it could look a little bit better, and the figure art version, at least aesthetically, does look better. I mean, it's not out yet, but just from the pictures. But he's certainly not bad. The head sculpt isn't terrible, because the green eyes will probably look better with compound, but overall, it does get the job done since he's got very basic patterns with it being primarily gold and then the green and the silver mouthpiece, but it's got everything there, really. It really needs to have, and mainly here it's just black and gold, so all you really need is to set it up. It's very basic, but it does the job that it needs to. You got his little shoulder pad over here with the lion. Here's his driver. Not much to it. You do have some sort of nice sculpting details in there. You can actually see the little individual details for all of his animals and whatnot, which is nice. His generic sort of ring holder over here. His legs are pretty basic, you know, you just got some stripes here and some gold padding for his shins. But so yeah, overall pretty basic, but like I said, Beast's design is very basic, so it lends to this as opposed to Beast Hyper, which has a little bit more intricate designs that they didn't do very well, which you'll see in whatever the next review is after this. But so anyway, articulation-wise is pretty typical for this line. You have sort of a hinge joint here. You do get hindered by his shoulder pad over here, swiveling here on his arm, single elbow joint, swiveling at the wrist, and then you have the articulation on his hands where you can actually move the fingers and you can move them individually as well, like that. So that's nice. Swiveling at the waist here, no swiveling at the chest or anything like that. Swiveling at the head, you get a 360 and then a little bit of a up and down movement, which is nice. You got a nice little hinge joint here, so you can get some pretty solid movement all the way forward, a little ways back, all the way to the side. Single knee joint here, you get swiveling at the leg, And then you have like a little bit of a ball joint here on his foot so you can get some range of motion. So pretty solid articulation. It's obviously no figuarts, but it's still pretty decent. And it's overall a fairly solid figure. As you saw in the instructions, you can pull this off if you want to put another mantle on him, but they are supposed to go on this side here. See, I'll just show you where it showed it. It said here. You can pull that off, but they are supposed to go on the other side. So I guess you could mix and match if you want to. So the mantles are fairly easy to switch out. All you do is pull out this little thing, and it's kind of on a sliding mechanism, and then you can switch it out to whichever one you want. So Chameleon here, getting lined up right. There you go, and he can be all like stealthy and whatnot. So that's cool. Falco, like that, and you can be like, look, I can fly and stuff. And then like Buffalo, there you go. So that's cool. Just for fun here, you can put Dolphy on there so you can be like double mantles. But so you can do it on either side, as you can see, and they're very easy to switch out. And it's really nice that you get these, in particularly because of the fact that, you know, Beast's regular figure art is a retail release, but he has a mantle set that's an exclusive, so that's rather annoying. So you have to spend more money to get it, whereas with this you can just get it all in one figure. Let me get that on right. Okay, so yeah, that's pretty much the mantle gimmick. So you can basically switch out and get in different poses, whatever you would like to do. So that is very nice. But something else you can do with the mantles here is place it on the Chimera. We're just going to move him out of the way, actually. Try to set him down. Okay, so it's very, very simple to do this. You can take Falco, you just move this out, and he's basically just going to slide onto here, except forward, just like he would onto Beast's shoulder. So you kind of got a wing going on there. Same thing with Dolphy. Fold this out and snap it on here. I always have to see to do this. Just like the shoulder joint. And don't be stupid and mess it up and not be able to get it right on your first try, because it's very simple. It's really not this difficult. Come on. There we go. Okay, and then for Buffalo, we're going to basically want to put him down like this. There's actually a little bit of a notch here, which works very similar to Beast's shoulder. Slide him on, and then fold that under. Chameleon is the most difficult of them. You just have to swing its head around, and then you're going to line this little piece up with this sort of clamping mechanism here, and then just like that, you have the Chimera. Very, very basic. There's not like a whole lot of intricate details, but it does look pretty cool. I mean, like I said, the mantles are fairly decently painted, and once you add them on, it is something really cool just to have. Just a very, very cool thing. Very basic, but it does get the job done quite well, and for a reasonable price. And then you can have Beast riding it. He's got a little handhold here. You can there you go, put the handhold on. That looks weird, looks like you're thrusting it. And then like give him the dice saber so he can be riding into battle. So that is very, very cool. I'll mess with that a little bit just later. But like for now, you get the idea. So very, very cool. I really do enjoy this WAP. The WAP line this year has been fairly decent so far. The light up ones were very cool. The dragon ones were pretty decent, which I haven't gotten a chance to review yet as of this recording, but I will. But this is just really cool. A really cool way of showing off Beast's gimmick. The figure itself is overall a solid figure. Obviously, like I said, the figure art does look like it has a bit better details. But this guy has like all the details you really need is for like just sort of a cheaper Beast figure. But what's really cool about him is the mantles. Like I said, the mantle set is a figure art exclusive, so if you want to have Beast and all his mantles, you're going to have to shell out a lot more money than just a regular Beast figure. So if you are looking to save money, I definitely recommend picking this up, because you do get a solid Beast figure and you get all of his mantles in one go, and you don't have to buy an exclusive set, and you can switch whatever mantles you want to pose them in, and you can transform them into a Chimera, and it's just a lot of different possibilities and a lot of fun. So I definitely recommend it if you're a Beast fan for a more cost-effective measure to getting Beast, especially since you get this cool Chimera. So anyway, that's about it. Until next time, make sure you check out the Crazy Podcast at Riders, Ranges, and Rambles. Until next time, this is Dawson Rider, signing out.